Hi guys, welcome back again to the channel. So there have been a couple of stories coming out of our camp right now, and it all has to do with the match against Russia coming up on the 6th of June. Actually, when I put it like that, it feels like it's too far, but it's not far. It's on Friday, this Friday. That's the day that they are going to play that match. So every plan is directed towards this one. We've seen a couple of updates coming out even from the Russian camp, where the coach has come out to say that he feels a little bit disappointed that Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman are not going to be available to take part in the match, because he says that he actually wanted the best legs, wanted to test his players against the best legs, the best players in Europe, which of course Osimhen and Lookman fall under that category. But he's also maintaining that even though these players will not play, that he's not underrating Nigeria, that he knows that the squad is a squad that has depth and they are really strong even without these two players. He recognized a couple of our players, Samuel Chukwueze, with Boniface, Wilfred Ndidi, a couple of our players who play in top clubs in Europe. But again, he also confirmed that a number of his first team players will be missing, up to I think like 4 or 5 of them. So it's not a case of Nigeria not parading all of their players and Russia bringing all of their players. No, they are also going to miss a couple of their players. So it's going to be like a balanced squad. You know, they are missing players, balancing our missing players. But I'm going to let you guys know what he said word for word later on in the video. I just wanted to give you some update concerning the Super Eagles camp right now. So, of course, you know that the coach actually has 2 lists that he brought out. One was for the Unity Cup competition, which has been done right now, and then we have the friendly against Russia, another separate squad. But the thing is, we have a number of players who made these 2 lists. For example, Chrysanthus Uche made 2 of the lists. Wilfred Ndidi is also another one. Papadania is also another one, a home-based player. You know, the coach right now is thinking of adding some players from the Unity Cup squad because of how impressive they were, during the competition. I'm sure you can already guess the people that get this promotion. I would call it promotion because obviously it means that the coach trusts them enough to feature them in this friendly, or to at least travel with them for the friendly. So these guys are he's considering, and in fact, the news is that he has even added them already into the squad to make it a more robust squad. I'm talking about the likes of Benjamin Frederick, the youngster, 20-year-old who performed really well. Uh, against Jamaica, he caught the sight of everybody, his teammates, the coach himself, the fans. Everybody loved how he played, his composure, his calmness, his ability to mark his opponent and then uh, recover ball. So those are some of the qualities that he showed, and the coach is now putting faith in him to carry him along for the Russian game. And then aside from him, we also have 3 home-based players, the likes of Xavier Isaac, Ismail Sadiq, and I think Alimi. These are the 3 home-based players that Coach Chelle is moving into the squad, the friendly squad that will play against Russia. So this is really nice to see, particularly for the youngster Benjamin Franklin, who is, I mean, if you look at his journey, it's almost like a miracle. He started his football. I think it was April last year when he got signed by Brentford. Not that he started football then, but he had been played for Moses Simon's academy. A lot of you may not know this, but he's actually Moses Simon's boy, because Moses Simon was part of the people that discovered him, and then he was playing in his academy over there in Kaduna, Simon B Academy. That was where he went to try out to Brentford City, April 2024. And because of his talent, the boy really has quality. He has talent right from time. So he showed it during the trial, and then was signed on a permanent basis. but he couldn't break into the first team because obviously Brentford of 2024 was a really strong squad. We had a lot of star players, star defenders. So for that reason, he was moved to the under 21s. That was where he played his 2024 season, 2025 season. They played in the under 21 Premiership, and guess what? He was part of the team that went on to win the under 21 Premier League competition. He won the Player of the Season for that competition, and as the season ended, Brentford City called him back into the first team, and he was training with them. That's how, um, he got to be around the Super Eagles training center, because then our players also traveled to the Brentford City training facility where he plays, and then we had the issue of Ahmed Musa withdrawing from the camp because he had a wedding to attend, and then Kucharik Shaw uh, opted to include Benjamin to replace Ahmed Musa. So that's his story. And if you look at it, it's a very, very incredible, I would even call it miraculous story, because we know how hard it is to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The senior team is extremely difficult. We have a lot of players who, played all their football. They were unable to even get called up to make a single cap for the team, not just for home base. We also have international players, some UK guys who are begging to come play for the Super Eagles. They've not had the chance. For example, Chuba Akwam, is one of those guys. Uh, Cyril Dessas, if not for this time that he got the call up, he had always been hoping, to get the call up. So it's something of a privilege to get called up. But this man achieved all of this in a single year, or just a little over a year, going from being the boy of Moses Simon, playing under his academy, Simon B Academy, and then a year later, he's sharing the same pitch with him at the senior level of the Nigerian Super Eagles. So this boy is a boy of grace, or a son of grace, and I think this man has a future with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. He's someone that is heavily favored, and it's not just about favor. He knows how to play, he knows his crafts, he knows how to do his job as a professional, which is why all of these blessings have been falling into lines for him. So he's going to travel with them, and if it makes sense, Kucharik Shaw might give him some playing time in the Russian game, and then see how he performs as well. But uh, speaking earlier about what I talked about, the Russian coach who came out to say some things concerning the game against Nigeria. He said, I'm just going to quote him in his words. He said, it doesn't change our preparation at all. Without Osimhen and Lukman, there will be other equally good footballers. Now, there are many media outlets, bloggers, internet broadcasters. They're right. Nigeria is bringing a second team only because two leaders didn't come. Then we can also say that we are bringing a second team. We don't have Golovin. We don't have Zakarian. Golovin, Zakarian, Barinov, Diviv were not in the match with Zambia. These are our main players, our stars. Sofonov was not there, but no one is talking about it. And then in the end, he goes on to talk about how he would have loved to have Victor Osimhen and Olimana Lukman. For that, he said, "Of course, I repeat, I would like to have both Osimhen and Lukman to test our team against the best players. But their absence certainly does not make Nigeria fundamentally weaker." So those are the words coming out from the coach of the Russian side. It goes by the name Valery Karpin, and honestly, it sounds like someone who has a lot of respect for the opponent, which is, I mean, how it's supposed to be. But he's also an experienced coach and knows how to get the best out of his team. It's going to be interesting to see how this game play out. It's still a couple of days until we see this game because it's on Friday, but there will be lots of interesting stories coming out both from our camp and the camp of Russian team before the match.